racing Bentleys were hand-built at a small factory in Cricklewood. Like the Bugattis and Alfa Romeos, they embodied the ideas of one man, Walter Owen Bentley, known as W.O.
W.O. was a very gentlemanly man. He was a man of few words. He, one might call him toffee-nosed up to a point, but that's not a true assessment. He was an extremely nice bloke, and he would talk to us in a normal sort of way, and he was always receptive of ideas.
He'd been apprenticed in the railways, and therefore he wanted the idea of a strong, big car engine in his motor cars. And so he developed a 4-cylinder engine of enormous strength and size. This is a 4.5 litre and only 4 cylinders. So it's very, very strong, and it doesn't rev very high, and it's very much a man's motor car, if you can call a car that, in so much that it's a big, lusty engine that goes and goes and goes. He made each of the cylinders to have 4 valves, 2 inlets and 2 outlets, things that today's Japanese cars they're bringing out and saying that they've got 4 valves and everybody thinks it's new. This man came out with it in 1919. But on top of that basic strength, he put the racing elements of it that enabled the car to sustain high speeds and therefore win at events like Le Mans.
The 24-hour marathon at Le Mans was the race which Bentleys made their own.
L'équipe de Bentley était constituée de riches Anglais.
The Bentley team was made up of rich Englishmen who gave Mr. Bentley lots of money to build them custom cars. They won Le Mans 5 times in a row. It was a team apart, and the pleasure was to watch them arrive together, one after the other, with their big compressors.
The Bentley boys won in 1927, 1928, and in 1929 they filled the first 4 places.
These chaps, they were not interested in making money. They'd already got bags of money, but they were very interested in winning races, and that's what they entered races for.
We're both very happy to have won this wonderful race, and we think you're all very nice to have made such a fuss of us.
Yes, I quite agree. All I'm waiting for now to drink.
But the Bentley boys' days of excitement and success were rapidly drawing to a close. Racing was expensive, and the company was in serious financial trouble. They won at Le Mans again in 1930. The drivers were Glenn Kidson and Wolf Barnato, who hid the company's real problems behind a mask of confidence.
Well, we had nobody to beat but ourselves, so that was the best way of taking it, was just touring. Is that right, Glenn? That's right.
W.O. Bentley's dream was over. The company failed and was taken over by Rolls-Royce. The Bentleys and the men who drove them are now part of the priceless folklore of motor racing. The company which built these magnificent cars failed for lack of funds. Today, ironically, men will pay millions simply to sit at the controls of a legend.